Can you comment on post-feminism? And I'm not even sure what I mean by that
I
term.
don't know.
So
You see, it's not an it's inherently a concept that makes no sense to me. If we're living in a patriarchal universe, I don't know what post-feminism could mean, except that someone doesn't realize we're living in a patriarchal universe. I'm also uneasy, and when I say uneasy, I don't mean highly critical, just uneasy, with the new buzzwords in social work. So the new buzzwords in social work are anti-oppression work, and of course I believe in anti-oppression work, but somewhere in that term, feminism falls out as not being taken terribly seriously.
Oh, okay.
And so to me, I want to leave in feminism.
Yeah.
And I don't want it. I don't want it hyphenated. I don't want it disappeared. I don't want it. And at the same time, I don't want feminism to efface an anti-racist analysis, and I don't want, I mean, I want all of the isms in there interlaced the way they are in life for us to understand what we have to do to progress forward.
One of the buzzwords that in psychology, in that limited universe called psychology, that we're reading about a lot is intersectionality.
Yeah.
What? Just talk about that.
Well, it's better the terms we had. I mean, when I was writing, the big term was double and triple jeopardy, and so I used it. It's a hell of a lot better than those terms. So when I read my own stuff, I wince because, of course, it wasn't like double or triple. These things do intersect. So I think this was a big movement forward in providing us with a metaphor for talking about things that people aren't, oppressed now as a black person and now as a woman. They're oppressed as a black woman. And if we cannot talk about this together, we cannot understand the oppression. And if we take them apart, we will make horrible mistakes. I remember during the Ray administration, go back a little ways, there was this big push to hire in the government sector to hire more women and more people of color. Okay, and these were held separately. Okay, but they wanted to do both, which is a good thing. And so they gave themselves a target that we should be raising the amount of women in the managerial positions in the public sector, in the governmental sector, and we should be raising the number of people of color. And sure enough, they came up with a study that showed that they had raised people of color as managers by 20%, and they had raised women by 20%. Then one very bright researcher said, what raise has there been in women of color? There was none.
Wow.
There was none. And nothing could be clearer than the stupidity that comes from that old way of thinking where we don't remember that they intersect and that they have to be held together.